Hi, I'm Toby. I live here in Boquete in Panama. I've been here for over 3 years and I absolutely love it. I came here with my family. My parents decided to retire here. When they told me that they wanted to come here permanently, sight unseen, I started doing a little bit more research to see, where are they going? What is this Panama? I knew about the canal vaguely, but nothing else. After doing some research, I decided, hey, this might be a great new start for me, a new adventure. It was a perfect opportunity for me to come and try something new. I didn't really know anything about Latin America or Central America and how things work here, so of course there was culture shock. The language barrier was a bit overwhelming when we first got here. We arrived in Panama City. We were there for a couple weeks getting everything done through the immigration lawyers. We ended up coming as a family on the Friendly Nations visa, and through that I was able to get a work permit. And usually I'm the one behind the camera. This time I'm being filmed, so I've been working with Jackie for about 2.5 years, making the videos for the YouTube channel, having a great time. I think I've had a very special opportunity to get to know Panama and see the different places in Panama. I drive across the country quite a bit, going all around, meeting all kinds of cool people and sharing their stories of how they came to Panama. So at first, when I was doing some research, I used Instagram, Facebook, and I connected with some businesses here. One contact that I had made through Instagram is a guy who owns a motorcycle tour company, and we became friends. And I'm an avid dirt biker, so he let me come ride some of his motorcycles. He gave me some gear. My stuff was still in transit. And so he was very kind in helping me and getting me started. Do I love the city? Absolutely. Is there possibly more opportunities out there? Absolutely. There's a lot more networking opportunities, especially for young entrepreneurs. I can typically only stand Panama City for about a week. And yeah, after about 4 or 5 days, I'm done and I'm ready to come home. And I just really love small town living. I love being close to the mountains. I love being able to just hop on my dirt bike and ride from my house and go to some trails. If I want to, I can go downtown and meet my friends at a nice restaurant or hotel. I can go watch live music. There's endless hiking, 4x4ing, if you like ATVs and dirt bikes and adventure biking. There's all types of groups. There's music groups, there's physical activity groups, there's all kinds of motorcycle riding groups. There's a drone club. Whatever you're into, you're gonna find a group of people here that like to do what you do. I would say the toughest thing with starting a business here, if you're a person who's like type A and Monday morning at 8:30 we start working, and I had that same attitude. I was early everywhere, and when I was lining things up with a client, I'd be like, okay, Tuesday 8:30 in the morning, and then 9:30 would roll around and I would still be looking for the person. They're like, oh, sorry, I'm on my way, I'll see you when I see you. And I was like, what's going on here? But it's just the Panama way. And so if you're a person who is very schedule oriented and you want everything to work on your timeline, that's one thing that I would say is challenging. That saying like mañana doesn't mean tomorrow, it just means not today. That was the hardest part for me, was just learning the culture, that they have a slower pace of life and you just got to learn to roll with it. I would say there's a lot of opportunities here, but I would say definitely visit. Would I recommend what we did, coming here sight unseen? Maybe not. But I think it's a very good idea to come here, network, meet people, ask questions. There's a lot of things that I assumed about this country and assumed about the government processes and assumed about this and this and that, whether it's getting a driver's license or registering your motorcycles or getting insurance for this or that. Things just operate differently here, and it's very important that if you can't do a Panama relocation tour, at the very least get the online guide, finding the immigration lawyer, finding a fixer that can help us with our driver's licenses and registering my motorcycles in the country and getting all that stuff sorted out. The guide was really helpful with that. So I would say the more research you do, the better. And if you have the opportunity to come and check it out and put boots on the ground and talk to people and meet your contacts that you're gonna need, I would highly advise you to try to come visit here first and make sure that it is gonna be the right fit and it is what you think it is. One thing I will say about moving to Panama is if you're not retired and you're looking to start something, you're gonna have to be flexible. I had to be flexible. I came here with an idea of what I was going to do, and I quickly saw that I don't think it's going to work like that. So you have to be able to pivot and just be flexible and be open. You know, the more skills you have, the better. And networking is key. Knowing people, talking to people. A lot of stuff here in Panama is done through word of mouth still, and Facebook posts and things like that. If you do start a business and you do offer a service and you do it well and you do it consistently, you can build a very good business for yourself, because people love good services, efficient services here, and there are many Panamanians that are happy to be patrons of an expat's business. If I need something that I can't find in town here, David is just 35 minutes away. They've got PriceSmart, which is like Costco. The private hospitals are there. The large public hospitals are there. They've got big mall shopping. They've got plenty of strip malls and plazas and coffee shops. You know, if you just want to hang out and have a nice time, not too far from David, I think about another 45 minutes, there's a beach, La Boquete, and we sit on the beach in the summer and watch the sunset. It's not really a beach for swimming because there's a riptide, but people who are really into surfing love that beach, and the beach that's just adjacent. It's got some really good surf. So yeah, I feel like right where I am, I'm right in this perfect little triangle: Boquete, Volcan, David. And you know, if I want to go up into the really cold mountains where the beautiful coffee farms are, I'll take a road trip up to Volcan, ride a motorcycle up there, or meet some friends for coffee or lunch there, or go to the lake. Yeah, and Boquete, like I mentioned, has endless valleys and rivers and mountain ranges with hiking trails and beautiful spots to 4x4 to and hang out at the river at a beach spot. It's got the peace and quiet and tranquility that I want, and then it's got the busyness and fun if I want to hang out with friends. I would say the living expenses here are a lot less than what they are in Canada. I remember groceries were very expensive on Vancouver Island. Gas was expensive. Any kind of parts for your vehicle or labor costs, just through the roof. And I've definitely noticed a difference in the cost of groceries and rent and food and services and, you know, car parts. What's amazing about Panama here is labor costs are quite low. So if you need just routine service work done in your vehicle, the service fees are a lot less. And also you can get parts for quite an affordable price. And if you can't find it in country, you could ship it in, and it's reasonable. I use a mail forwarding service. The stuff that I order from Amazon and the web goes to Miami, and then from Miami's mail forwarding center, it comes here to Boquete, and I pick it up, and it's about $3 a pound. Life is way more affordable here. So for those of you who might be interested, like an apartment like this, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in this area in the town where I live, could typically rent for $1,000 to $1,200 a month. The electric bill that I have here every month is around $20 to $27. The internet here is 750 megabits download and 30 upload, which is quite low, but it works fine. And it's around $50 a month. My cell phone is unlimited data, and it's $30 a month. And also eating out, well, there's great restaurants: Peruvian, Chinese, Japanese, Israeli, what else? Did I say Italian? So there's all kinds of restaurants ranging anywhere from $12 a plate to $18 a plate, all the way up to, yeah, $35 a plate if you want an Argentinian steak. But there's tons of hamburger places, shawarma, and this is the land of seafood, so there's great seafood here: octopus, ceviche, lovely fish and shrimps and all kinds of things like that. Often online I see people asking questions, you know, like, can I live off of $1,000 a month? It's like, well, yeah, but it might not be to your expectation. That's the thing. I had a friend living in David. Her rent for a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house was $200 a month. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's amazing. And we went to the house. Did she have hot water? No. But it was a beautiful family-oriented community with kids running around. It was quite safe. Yeah, she didn't have hot water. She had a, small kitchen, but we cooked all the meals there, hung out in the living room, had an outdoor patio. It is possible to have rent as low as $200 a month, but you may not be able to live right in Boquete. As an active guy who likes to ride motorcycles, I knew that I needed private insurance, health insurance, so I do have worldwide medical, private insurance. My first year was $2,100 for the year. The second year it went up to 24, and now I'm at 26. So I turned 40 recently, and so my premium went up to $2,600 for the year. But if I look at how much stuff it covers, and I have a $500 deductible as well, I think I'm set. And I know that I can get care at any of the private hospitals, and I'm going to get great care. And the same doctors that practice in the private hospitals are required by the government to also practice in the public hospitals. So if you can't afford private health insurance, you can go to a public hospital and see a surgeon that works in the private sector. Now, not all public hospitals are equal. So if you go to a rural public hospital, your care may not be as good as a public hospital in a city center. For people who are thinking of living in remote beach resorts and places like that, you might just have a little emergency clinic and like a first aid station, but it's by no means a full-blown public hospital. So that's research that you have to do. And also Panama relocation tours, they go through all that and talk about that in detail. So far, I don't have any experience with hospitals. I went to the clinic one time. I can't remember, I think I had a cold or something, but I went to see the doctor and it was $15. I waited about 10 minutes and I spent almost half an hour with the doctor. She really cared about what was going on. She asked a lot of questions. She gave me medications. I walked out of her office straight into a pharmacy and got what I needed. So that's about my only experience with the healthcare here, but I felt like it was great. I'm pretty confident that if ever something were to happen to me, that I would be able to get the care that I needed. I would say if you try to speak the language, if you try to integrate, if you try to be open, Panamanians pick it up. And if you're friendly and kind and respectful, they will reciprocate that to you absolutely 100%. They're very loving and warm people. And as long as you acknowledge their culture and respect them, they welcome you with open arms. As far as safety goes, I feel very safe here. I mean, I've left my keys in my motorbike before overnight and nothing happened. I've left windows open, doors unlocked. Do I suggest that? No, of course not. But I'd say the crime here is more crimes of opportunity. It's not violent crimes. You never hear about that really. I've never been anywhere in the country that I felt unsafe. I've walked the streets of Panama City late at night. I've walked the streets of small beach towns late at night. I've gone everywhere, anytime I want for 3 years. And I've, typically bumped into someone and said hello and had a friendly interaction. I've never felt threatened. I've never been threatened. For me, the safety here is awesome. And also burglary is almost non-existent. And gun violence is zero. And gun violence is pretty much 0.0001% here. Panama in general is not really a gun-owning country. There are some Panamanians that are enthusiasts and they collect guns and they like guns and stuff like that, but it's really a very small percentage of the population. Another great thing about Panama I find is I live in Boquete, but to get to Panama City is so easy. If you need to go travel different places in the country to look for supplies or to look for clients, getting around the country is really easy. I bought myself a truck. I loaded up with all my gear. I work wherever I gotta work. And once again, because of the safety, there's a lot of police presence on the roads. They're always, shooting radar, making sure everyone's not speeding. For the most part, it's really easy to get around the country and to go to the different places that you need to go. If you have the opportunity, look into it. There are different visa options. There are great people in this country that are willing to help you. Obviously, like I mentioned, the guide with Jackie, which has all the information about which lawyers to use and which real estate agents to work with. It's all been laid out for you, and that's what my family used. It really made our transition a lot easier. So if you're not yet retired and you're looking to start a new adventure here in Panama, I would say don't be afraid. It's a great place to build something. There's a lot of opportunity here. You just need to find your niche. You need to find what you want to do. My friends are not retirement age, and I've seen all types of businesses. Whether it's home building, home security, in tourism, offering tours, 4x4 tours, motorcycle tours, restaurant owners, coffee shop owners, you name it. There's great opportunities here to grow and to network and to build a business. And if you're someone that likes to do a lot of research before they do something, that's good. Watch more videos, but reach out to people. If you can't come to Panama for whatever reason for a visit, reach out to people like I did online. Check out the Facebook groups, make some connections. It'll help to calm your nerves and answer some questions that you might have. And people are very helpful. The best advice I can give anyone is just be flexible, be open, and be patient. You need to have a lot of patience here. no matter what you're doing, whether you're dealing with your immigration lawyer, whether you're working with a fixer to get something registered or to get your driver's license, or you're going to the hospital, or you're standing in line at the store waiting for the cashier. There are so many opportunities in Panama to practice patience, and it's just have to realize that the culture and the people here, life moves at a different pace. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, just leave a comment on the video, and I'll see you in Panama.